What's happening, everybody, and welcome back. Apparently the word is out that we like light here in the Half-Ass Garage because another company has sent us a light in for review, so we're going to give it a shot and see what it's like. This place is actually brighter on camera than it is in real life, and I have an eye injury from way back in the day, so I need more light than the average person to see things and have depth perception and all of that. So I always like to try out lights, so love lights. That being said, though, I care a lot more about you guys than I care about lighting and reviews in the shop. So if you don't like these reviews, let me know in the comments below, yes or no. I don't want to water down the channel with a bunch of content you don't want to see. But a lot of you guys have said that you've used the products that I've reviewed and you really like them and you think that they're awesome. But I don't know what the rest of you guys think. If it's something you don't want to see and you're never going to use, I don't want to drive everybody away. And I don't want this to be a review channel. But it is always nice to check out new things that maybe you guys don't know are out there and try to help you guys out and also improve the place. So again, let me know. Now there's one area of this shop that I think is pretty dark. I'll show you what it is and then we'll check out this light. Again, it looks brighter on camera than it actually is, but this is my little Bridgeport area. It's pretty dark all in here, and once the quill is down or the table is up, I have a hard time, seeing what's going on in here. This fluorescent light here kind of comes and goes when it wants to, so that's got to all be torn out and gotten rid of. The lathe is kind of rough to see. This is actually doing pretty good today, but a lot of times it's super dark in this area, and it's also still light outside. But it's dark in this area in general. This light here does nothing at all, and that fan will all go away. But we've got this outlet right here, and this is like a beehive light. I want to just hang right here, and hopefully it will improve the lighting in this general area. Okay, so this thing, it looked pretty cool. I don't know what it's actually going to be like, but we're going to see. Again, let me know if this is stuff that you actually want to see, because if it's things that you don't want to see, I'm going to stop doing so much of this. I know there are a lot of people that like actual tool reviews, but as far as like shop equipment reviews, for a reasonable price, obviously there's lifts and this crazy stuff that, a lot of people just can't afford. This is the Hyperlite high bay 120 watt LED, like beehive style light. So all of this company's information will be in the video description. Hyperlite. So it looked pretty cool. It looked like an industrial kind of light. Check it out. Super fragile stuff doesn't make it very long in the shop. So this one looked like it was, had some cool features that I thought a lot of people could use. It's got like a carabiner style kind of clip up here, and you can just carry it, whatever, and hang on to it. So one of the cool things I liked about this light was the daisy chain ability. So you just plug this into your wall right here, and then you could link all of the other lights just right off of this outlet here. It tells you in the instructions like how many of them you can string together based on the wattage that you get. This is the 120 watt, like the biggest one that they have, our brightest one. And at 120 watts, it pulls like 1.3 amps. You could put 7 of these together. Now, if you got the 80 watt one, pulls like, 0.7 amps really, and you could string 15 lights together, so you could just daisy chain them all up. So that was pretty sweet, because you could just get like rows of them like Christmas tree lights and just run them along. So anyways, we're going to plug this thing in, see what kind of light we get. All right, so I got my 2 lights on up there. I've set up this light kind of just over there in the back. So we're just going to kind of see what it's like. Just to plug it in right quick. That's pretty bright. Wow, that is pretty bright. This might actually be too bright for this one little area. I don't know. We're gonna hang it up here and see what it does for us. It's pretty bright. Well, I guess we better take a closer look at it before I hang it up. It has this little carabiner clip deal, I guess, and then your little finger grips. I guess you could carry it around. UL listed, so I guess that's good. I've gotten some stuff before that wasn't. LEDs on the bottom, all around too. And then here's that little clip-on thing. So I think when you plug in the other light and you bring this down and it captures the the plug and prevents it from being able to be pulled out. So I suppose we can see how that would work right here. Yeah, so whenever you daisy chain the other ones together, I guess that prevents it from being just yanked out. It says the weight that's in there, it's not super heavy, but it's not super light either. You know, steel cage around it, little rubber feet on the bottom. So, you know, it's pretty nice. I mean, it feels like it's built well. LED work light, UL number E503681, model number WL1250, 60 hertz, 1296 milliamp, 120 volt. Suitable for damp locations. That's pretty nice. Not submersible. I mean, you could put this out, you know, outside or whatever in a damp environment, and apparently it's supposed to work and be fine. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Looks like it's built really well. Feels good. Anyway, let's hang this thing up. There is no switch, like on the cord, which I guess if you're hanging it up, you don't really need a switch on the cord. But this should be high enough, I guess. Maybe it could go a little bit higher. I don't know. I think it's going to be super mega bright. For right now, it'll be okay just to plug it here in the wall. Whew. I think actually I got one that's too bright for the shop. I'm going to go ahead and say that this one is actually too bright for this shop. We'll go ahead and raise it up just a little bit. Well, I can honestly say for the first time, this is actually too much light. It's mega bright. This would be a great outdoor light, or if I had high base. So now, all right, I'll let you guys in on a secret. I've got a contractor coming to possibly, depending on the price, take the bottom of the joists out here. So that will raise this roof up to that peak up there. So the bottom of the joists will completely be out, and you know, the top of the trusses will all just be reinforced, and this whole ceiling will be gone, and potentially a lift will be in its place. So I'll be able to raise the vehicle up. In that case, these lights could hang in the peak up there, and I could have 6 of them or whatever, have these moved kind of onto the side, a little bit of angular light so that the sides aren't so dark, because you can see it's pretty dark, you know, just on the sides. All the lights pretty much directional straight down, which isn't ideal. You know, if these lights can be angled towards the side where the cone of light is facing this way, like in a paint booth, you can see on this side it's a lot brighter, especially now with that big old light up there. You can see a lot more on the side. We go over here where there isn't any side light, and you know, it's pretty dark on the side. So being able to have some directional light coming in from the sides and some nice bright stuff at the top. This thing is like 4 times brighter than my LEDs. I don't even know if you could tell. It might be brighter than that. This thing is way brighter than my LED lights. And these were good quality, nice lights. They're not like some cheap knockoff, whatever. These were high quality LEDs, and they're not that old. 3 years, 4 years, something like that. This is mega bright. So having this thing with the basically like 360 degree radius, like globe of light just everywhere, these might be ideal for when the ceiling is taken out. So that might be the way to go, especially since I don't have to run wiring, you know, to every single spot that a light would be. Daisy chain those things together. Says you can run 7 of those lights off of that one daisy chain, the 120 watt lights. Daisy chain 7 of them in a row. I think even 5 or 6 of them along here would be a ton of light. Move these onto the side. I think we'd be good. These might solve my problem. They also have some other lamps, some other lights that are kind of more designed for hanging or placing on walls or whatever. You can check out their website. That, you know, the other lights they offer might be more or better suited for using in the peak of this roof. I don't know. It's definitely nice. Now that my eyes are starting to get used to it a little bit. Man, this is going to be a huge help. Look at that. I can actually see on the side of the machine now. I've got light, so whenever I'm working on the machine, it's actually got good light here. This, if this works this time, actually does better, you know, better than it was. So I can see in my box here pretty well. I mean, seems pretty nice. Well, all of the lights in the entire shop are off except for that one Hyperlite 120 Hive light. You can see it's so bright, it's just blowing the camera right out. I did close the blinds and shut the door, so it's not, you know, totally dark in here, but with that much light, I mean, it's pretty easy to see how bright it is. It's a stark, bright white light. Doesn't have a blue hue to it or anything, and it's not kind of a yellow. I thought these were pretty bright white, but they do have kind of a yellow cast kind of to them, where that one is strictly white. And you might even be able to see that's kind of yellow and then just a bright white, you know, there. So those are, I believe it's the Kelvin color temperature. So if you ever see anything that's like, you know, 6500K or 4500K, 3200, whatever it is, that's the temperature, the color of the light. So I believe the higher it is, the more blue it is, and the lower the number, the more kind of yellow it is. So this has no blue in it, which I like. The blue kind of tint sucks. I don't like it, but this is just a bright, pure white light. So there you have it, the Hyperlite Hive 120. Definitely a super mega bright white light. It's super bright. All of their information will be in the video description. I don't think it's an affiliate link or anything like that. I don't remember. But check them out. All their stuff is down below. They do offer lots of other types of lights that mount on the wall and the ceiling and all this different stuff. Check them out. See if you like any of the stuff. It's mega bright, so it's pretty sweet. Once I walk away from it, you can see how my shop is. It just immediately just gets pitch dark. And that's just kind of because of my shop. The way that my shop is built, the sun will never come in the doors. It just goes over the top and on the sides, east to west. I never get direct sunlight in the shop really ever. So it's definitely nice to have light. Helps me out a ton. So if you like it, check them out in the links below. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one.